By the next morning, the town of Obele felt smaller. Shops opened late. Conversations paused when people walked by. The market women no longer shouted over prices. They murmured, glancing sideways like the air itself was listening. At Mama Ebube's shop, the sewing machine stayed silent. She sat at the doorway, wrapper tied tightly around her chest, staring at nothing. Her son, Chuka, stood nearby, arms folded, lips pressed so tightly they turned white. He hadn't cried. He hadn't spoken much either. He had just buried his wife. The news that Ngozi had been pregnant, barely 5 weeks along, came the following evening. The nurse who helped examine the body mentioned it softly to the chemist, who whispered it to the grocer, who told the woman selling yams at the corner. And suddenly, the tragedy doubled in weight. 2 lives lost. 2 futures stolen. 3 days after the burial, someone noticed the back door of Mama Ebube's compound had been open all night. Her neighbor, Auntie Nello, peeked in and screamed. Chuka was found hanging inside the house, his legs dangling above the cracked cement floor. A short stool lay overturned beneath him. There was no note. Only silence. Mama Ebube had been in her room when they found him. She didn't rush out. She didn't scream. She simply walked slowly to the doorway, looked once at her son's hanging legs, and sat down on the ground. She began to hum. A low, broken tune. She hummed until her voice cracked. Until the neighbors asked her to come inside. Until the chemist gave her something to help her sleep. She didn't speak for 2 days. People said Chuka had been seen talking to himself. Others said he kept waking in the middle of the night, calling out Ngozi's name. One neighbor claimed they saw him digging the ground behind the house at midnight, whispering to the soil. A woman selling akara swore he once asked her if the dead could still feel love. The police came again. This time, they didn't ask questions. They simply left. And Obele shrank again, a little quieter, a little colder. Even the wind carried weight now.